Hello and welcome to Makeshift Minis. Today I'm going to be trying my hand at batch painting. I haven't had a chance to try this since all my minis are custom made. I start by filling a mold with styrene that I soaked in a jar of acetone. It takes a bit more work to get casting material into a cut mold, but the results tend to be nicer than a two-part mold. Once I fill the mold completely, I put any excess back in the jar. After leaving it overnight for the plastic to harden, I take the mini out of the mold. Using my X-Acto knife, I clean up the flashing. I have to be patient when trying to remove the excess plastic if I don't want to damage the mini. After casting half a dozen earth elementals, it's time to start the prep work. Using a small hand drill, I put a hole in the bottom of each of the minis where I can attach a paper clip to pin it to the base. Using a bit of hot glue, I secure a piece of paper clip into the hole I drilled. After cooling it off in water, I trim it to length and use the wire for the next mini. After making sure the mini fits on the base, I use an awl to make a hole for the wire. Once it's in place, I use hot glue to make sure it doesn't come off and move on to the next mini. To texture the base, I cover it in superglue before putting it in a mixture of borax and shredded cork. The borax makes the glue cure almost immediately while giving it a pebbly texture, and the cork is for larger rocks. After priming the elementals, I give them a base coat of brown. Once I'm done with the first one, I continue on to the next, giving each one of them a base coat, and by the time I'm done, the first one's ready for the next coat of paint. Being mindful of where the mini is, I paint the base dark gray. After a bit, you start getting a rhythm when painting multiple minis. After the base dries, I give the minis a quick dry brush of light brown. I pick out a few choice rocks to paint dark blue to add a little more character and variation. Once I'm done painting the rocks blue, I choose a few to paint orange for contrast. Once the rocks have dried, I dry brush the base brown. This helps blend in the blue and orange. To make the texture more pronounced, I give the minis a dark wash. It also helps darken the minis since they ended up a bit brighter than I intended. Waiting for the wash to dry was probably the thing that took the longest outside of making the minis themselves. To bring the texture back out, I dry brush brown on the base again. The more I learn about painting, the more it seems bringing the shades up and down the way you want is very important. With everything else done, I paint the rim black to finish things off. After I finish painting the rim, it's on to the close-ups. There's something satisfying about seeing a whole bunch of near-identical minis that you made. I'm not sure I'll ever paint a whole army like wargamers, but in the meantime, I'll have fun. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Take care, be well, and until next time.